You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
Hey, yo! You are now watching PNN Polished News Network. You dig?
Do you want to be polished?
You are now watching PNN, the Polished News Network.
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
Do you need to be polished?
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
You just gotta be polished.
PNN!
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
You are now watching PNN Polished News Network.
Polished News Network.
Polished News Network. PNN.
PNN.
PPN.
PPN.
PNN?
Polished News Network. Look at the Jordans. Look at the gun. This is all cap.
Yeah. Okay.
Polished News Network.
3 out of 5 grandmothers approve.
Hello, everyone. Happy Good Friday to all of you. You are now watching PNN Polished News Network. That's always funny to me watching that reel over and over again. But yeah, you guys tag some of your friends, share this to your page. This particular topic includes everyone, whether you're a business owner or entrepreneur, or whether you are a consumer, a client. We want to make sure that we constantly check the comments tonight, so that way we can answer any questions that you may have about this particular topic. And that if you want to come on and tell your story, you'll be able to do that. But it's about bad business tonight. And pretty much we want to focus on the Black community of entrepreneurs and business owners, or minority. So yeah, we're going to dive deep into that. So you guys tag people that, I tagged a couple of business owners that I know that I've talked to that actually had some stories to tell about different clients and how hard it is for us Black business entrepreneurs. But before we dive into that, we got a few announcements. So we're going to get those going. And I have a few business owner guests. They're going to come in and talk with me also. And so I'll put the link to come on in the comments. So that way, if you would like to come on to the show to talk about that, we're going to do like they do at church and tell you, you can have remarks, 2-minute remarks a piece. So we won't be on here for 5 hours talking about this. 2-minute remarks, y'all. 2 minutes. Y'all know how I go. We're going to ring the bell and the deacon going to come get the mic from you. But we're going to start doing commercials on here for different business owners and entrepreneurs. And so I'll post that on the PNN page on Facebook and on YouTube. So that way, if you have a commercial that you would like for us to show, we're going to start doing that for a fee. Yeah, I said a fee. Or what did they say? For our offering. For a seed, daughter, you're going to sow your seed. Okay. So real quick, check this out. right, we're back. We're back. So you guys check out LCS Counseling and Consulting and Buff Daddy Floors. They are our featured businesses for this week. So I'll post that also on the PNN Facebook page so you guys can check it out. Now, to the topic at hand. First and foremost, let me introduce Dr. Latoya Smith, owner of LCO's Counseling and Consulting. Come on down.
Hey, Alicia.
Hey, how you doing?
Thanks for having me back on PNN.
Yeah.
And I love the intro.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
Thank you so much. We thank you for coming on and joining us in for this topic. So we're going to get right to it. And then let me also introduce Mighty Joe Hicks of Buff Daddy Floors. Of course, you're not going to see his face.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, mister.
Is it still clear?
Yes, you're clear.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm here.
You're here. All right. So let's get down to it. And so let me make sure I post this real quick. So if you would like to be a part of this discussion on screen with us, I am posting the link in the chat. All you have to do is just click that link and it'll bring you up onto my dashboard and I'll be able to add you in if you want to talk about this conversation live, or you can just put your comments in the comments section and we will get right to it. So, bad business. Now, we know as business owners, it's quite difficult to run and operate a business. And, people like Jesse Lee Peterson and stuff say, there's no such thing as racism and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of things we have to face is that Black people are hard on Black people, and especially their businesses. And that's not something I'm saying because I've heard it, I've experienced it. And so let's break this down into pieces. So, and I know Pastor Hicks is on here. I know she had, she did a live video before discussing, her experiences with some businesses. And so we want to make sure that we share what she had to say as well, because the idea of this topic came from her. And I was like, yeah, we need to talk about that. And so, so let's break this down into pieces. So as the business owner, I want to know what some experiences have you guys had being on the end of being the business owner and having to deal with, I don't want to say disgruntled, but I like that word, client. So yeah, we'll start there. So Dr. Latoya Smith, let's start with you.
Yeah, I had one that stands out for me is a lot of times too at the practice we'll get various phone calls from people. And I think this one time, and I can't remember the specifics, but I think it was phone tag, or I called a person back. They didn't know I called them back, but they were referred from a friend. Anytime you get a referral, period, you want to follow up. You want to have customer service. And we did follow up. And I think it was good customer service. And, the person texted back to my friend, though nobody ever got back to me. And then it was like hashtag Black people. What? And I'm just like, what? And so immediately I was, I'm bothered by that. Like, hold on. Yeah. First, we did get back to you, but then it's like, okay, don't put me in a category. Like, let's not do that. But then we got to respond a certain way so we don't fit the hashtag you trying to put me in.
Right.
Like already, okay, I'll go to you for help, but I'm already looking at this. It's going to be subpar service.
Right.
Listen, it wasn't even like that. So when I called back, of course I had to, hey, I didn't mention, listen, such showed me the text message and you said hashtag Black people. I had to act like I didn't see it and then have this conversation about, how's everything. But it wasn't comfortable because it's like I had to, in the call, okay, prove myself. We don't fit that category now, but listen.
Right.
But I have receipts where we did. So it was like you had to be very comfortable with it, but I like that.
Right.
I like that law. Yeah.
Hashtag black people. How rude.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow. So Joe, do you have one? You have a story?
Oh yeah. This may have been maybe the end part of the fall last year. This is when we were getting business was a little bit slow, so we were trying to do a little bit of subcontracting through different companies like Home Advisor and different businesses like that where they pretty much play the middleman and they hook you up with people that need work done, right? So what they do is basically they're the middleman. They do the advertising. They find clients for you, and then you show up and do the job at whatever you want to charge them. But of course, the middleman gets a percentage, right, of the cut. And this was probably the worst situation I've been in. We went to a young lady's house, and her carpet was horrible. I'm talking. She said, I believe she said she had been living in this particular unit for, I think she said 10 years, and the carpet had never been cleaned, never been repaired. So it was 10 years worth of dirt, and the young lady had maybe 4 or 5 kids. So that's stress enough on the floor enough. So, but when we walked into the situation, we kind of already, like Dr. Smith said, it was an uncomfortable situation. Mm-hmm. We didn't know we were walking into the middle of a dispute between a landlord and the client. You know what I mean? So the renter and the rentee had some type of a beef over the housing condition, right? So this lady was on Section 8 and a fixed income, and and that's fine. That's not a problem. But apparently, the lady had called the housing authority and was like, "Yo, I'm living in poor conditions and XYZ," and this guy called us, of course, because we have really cheap prices. Like our prices are almost unbeatable for the quality of work that we do. Yeah. So I guess this was kind of indicative off of the landlord, his personality and what he was looking for. So he wanted a miracle worked for $75, right? When we went into the situation, right, the machines that we had would basically pull the carpet out of the floor. Like, it would ruin the carpet. It was already bad, but there was no way we could clean this carpet. So the lady was upset because we showed up. She didn't know who we were. We were showing up to her house to clean her carpet. And she was like, well, he's supposed to replace this carpet. And they put us dead right in the middle of an altercation between her and her landlord. Mm-hmm. And the city was saying that this carpet needed to be replaced. And the landlord didn't agree to that. He's trying to find the cheapest option, just clean the carpet, and hopefully he passes the inspection, right? So we go into the home, and I was looking at it like this. There's no way we could clean this. And the landlord called, and I recommended that he change the carpet. I told him I could clean it, but I can't guarantee that he will pass the code enforcement rules. And that's what he wanted us to guarantee, that he would pass the inspection. And I said, man, I can't guarantee you will pass inspection. You need to replace this carpet. I'll clean it all day and take your money, but I can't guarantee that you're going to pass inspection. And this lady was super unhappy because I guess he was trying to take a shortcut. And this guy was mad and said that he would report us to Home Advisor and give us a bad review and, all these different. I'm like, sir, we don't work for them. Mm-hmm. We work with them. And I can't guarantee that you're going to be able to cheat this lady. And that was one of the worst situations that we had ever been in.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. And then in the comments, they're like, look at Dr. Latoya Smith's face. Like, oh.
It was bad. It was very bad.
Yeah, it was the worst. and you know that's another thing too, the whole discount because I know you method that a lot of people do, or they if we as business owner take the time out to set up, you know, hours of operation, business lines, and you know, we have to filter people to pretty much go the route we want them to. I know Dr.
Right.
Latoya talked about that, about boundaries. Like, so if you need business, I need you to go to the business line. And so even if they hit the inbox or they're like, hey, we need this and we need that, you know, we still have a system to where we funnel them to the business line. But that's the next thing that I want to talk about as the business owner, is the family and friends misconception that, wait, I don't have to go through.
Oh God.
Everybody else. So let me tell you my story, because I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Why not? Why not? So I'm planning a wedding, right? And so I recently changed my services to where I'm not planning any weddings that are 6 months, more than 6 months out. If it's like a year or 2 years out, I'm not dealing with it until 6 months before. And so because I kept having bad experiences. And so oh man,
This is true.
This is true. But I kept having a couple of bad experiences, and you know, we have to adjust to different situations, and so I had to learn that with my contracts and everything. Long story short, I became these people's counselor, all because I knew them. And I was like, I'm not a certified counselor. I don't want to, you know, talk to you about, well, you guys try to work it out for the sake of getting paid my cut for this wedding. And so what ended up happening is they end up breaking up. We've been planning their wedding for a whole year. And then 6 months before the wedding, you guys are breaking up. And then so I knew the groom, the soon to be groom, but I didn't, kind of sort of family friend type thing, but I didn't know the woman that he was going to marry. And so in turn, she was expecting a full refund.
A full refund. And this is how we. That's how we live. That's how we make a living. Full refund.
A full refund. And it was like, because I did the payment plan, because you know weddings are expensive and people have these ideas and dreams that they want that they honestly really can't afford. So that's where the payment plan comes in at, because you watching Lifetime and all those other shows, Married at First Sight, and you know you see I want that. Anyway, that's a different topic. But yeah, so she wanted a full refund. And so at that point I had to make a decision. I'm like, this I don't know her. She can easily take me to court, because here's the thing. She didn't sign the contract. He did. So then I'm put in the position to where if I don't want this person tarnishing, you know, the brand in the name, then it's like, okay, I have to compromise with her and give her some of that money back. And so it's those types of situations. And I felt like that if I was a white woman running a business, you would have just took that loss and say, well, you know, just like when the pandemic came and all the wedding places closed down, there was a lot of people, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but there was a lot of people that lost their money. They didn't take them to court. They didn't question it. They just whined and complained about it, and nobody did anything. But then as soon as your stuff doesn't work out, I have to pay you back. So that's my story about being the business owner. And and having to deal with clients who just think, oh, we black together, and I know you from 5th grade, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, no, I am running a business here. Yeah. So those are the things that people don't know that we have to deal with. And then you can have in superb customer service, and then this one client comes along, and it's just like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened? You're what? You're tarnishing the name all because you didn't get what you want, or I didn't answer the phone at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, this is very true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Quenisha talking about hashtag black people. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true. And it didn't only happen at one time.
No.
To be honest, it was more than one time that happened with the same individual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was because this person was getting married again. It wasn't a birthday party. It was another wedding.
It was a different person they were marrying, or the same person? They got back.
Completely different person. In 3 years' time, like this was that first wedding didn't work out. So it's like we lost money from that because they broke up. Then this next wedding, they broke up again. We were closer to the date this time. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So next time, he wants to get married, I'm not gonna be available.
Yeah, see, I think a lot of the problem is, especially with us, is that we don't take each other serious.
Right.
And that's sad that we don't take each other serious. Like you were saying, Alicia, if you were some other company, right, and your pigmentation may be a little bit lighter, you would have been taken serious. Right. You wouldn't. Nobody would play with you or second guess you or anything like that. It seems like we, especially if we follow all the rules, like we've tried to check every single box to make everything legit, and people still won't take you serious unless you make them take you serious. And then when you make them take you serious, then all of a sudden you're arrogant. Yeah. You're above them, and none of that is the case. Right. I don't go in and clock in anywhere. This is the only way that I pay my bills.
Right.
So I need you to take me serious because that's going to elevate me. If you take me serious, right? It will also change my clientele. I'll get bigger, better, more clientele if the people that actually know me take me serious. Right. I need you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think too, like what Joe was saying. Some of my experience, people do get too familiar, but and to don't take it serious and think it's comfortable. Like in my situation, it's comfortable just not to come to a session. Like we cool and not say nothing. and like Joe was saying, right. Take me serious, but listen, I don't work anywhere else. So you gotta understand, like,
right.
When you don't come, that affects me. One, I can
exactly
in that slot, and then two, I get nothing.
Exactly.
It's all about money, but that affects me. And then, and in the past, people get upset where you're like, listen, we got to fee for that. You just can't not come. You know what I mean? As if you got the option, but I must be waiting. Like, what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's it. Like you get so comfortable and so familiar. Like we cool, you gonna be there. Like it doesn't work that way. Like it's
no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
you're right.
And so Pastor Hicks says we allow them to take up too much of our time. Other races got to take it or leave it attitude, but you really got to be really good at what you do. Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think to add on to that, you have to be really good at what you do. Like if you have your systems set up just like the jobs that we used to work for, if you got all your systems in order, you have your website, you have your business location, your business contact information, and email address. If you have that, all of that set up, then I learned too that people will either respect you or not deal with you because you're too professional.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they're like,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to deal with that type of person. Well, good, because I don't want that type of clientele.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I could expound on that point. Going back to when I first started Above Daddy Floors, it was like spring or so of like 2019, something like that. It was after the holidays. I remember that because Alicia bought my first carpet machine, right? So she's just sewing into the business, right? Trying to get me started. My mother bought some stuff, so she tried to get me started and pushed in that direction to start my business, right?
Right.
From then to now, I still get a few, but if anybody, the messages right on Facebook, like let's just say your messenger or whatever, that it went from, "Hey, I need my carpet clean," or "What's up," to more professional request. You know what I mean?
Right.
That means people are starting to take the business serious when they're not trying to approach me on a like we're buddy buddy basis.
Yeah.
And
it's like you're giving them the words to say too, because on your that's why I tell people it's so important to have a business fan page, because you can set it up on that messenger for it to say what you want it to say. So when they come on there, you giving them options of what to say. You're teaching them the language of your business. So like with the floor cleaning, it's like, do you want residential floor cleaning or do you want commercial floor cleaning? So instead of them creating their own words, we're making it easier,
right,
and they're clicking which option they want.
Right, because the problem that I was having was maybe somebody at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning messaging the Above Daddy Floors page saying, "What you doing?" What am I doing? I mean, what do you need? I need some rooms done. You know what I mean? But you wouldn't. But what's funny is that you wouldn't message Dalworth or Stanley Steamer or any other carpet company. You wouldn't message them like that because you take them serious.
Right.
So the language has changed a lot from the beginning because I started to take my business more serious as well.
Right.
And how I conduct business.
Right. And then we have Dr. Sabrina Castle said, the beauty of owning your own business, you have the freedom and the choice to pick who you want to work with. I interview them just like they do me. Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You have the choice. Let me see what she does. Casey Allen says, I deal with a lot of Black-owned business because I will support my people, but some people are so rude. Woo! Let's talk about that.
Here we go. Now here we go. Now this is the I guess proverbial elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Rude black people in business.
Yeah. Rude.
I'll let y'all take this part away.
Yeah. Come on, Mr. Latoya, you go first.
Yeah, I think, I'm going to flip what I said, right? Because it is that familiar. Like, you want to support, especially last year. Like, it was, I think more so than ever, people were intentional.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sow my money. I'm going to put my money here. I'm going all the way out here to do it.
Right.
And I love that. I love that feel. I love that flow. And I was thinking about it, like, prior to getting on here, what the issue is. Is it, now I'm going to flip it, right? That I'm familiar. And again, I already put, like I just said a minute ago, like, okay, hashtag Black people. Like, I'm already thinking what it's going to be when I walk in. Is the issue, like, I'm rooting for you. I want it to be so good, but you let me down. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Right.
expectations so high, and you came low, or my expectations were low anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Fulfill them. But I don't know, because I heard it said before. I think Pastor talked about it like on the live. Like you said, Alicia, like there's been plenty of places we've gone that are not owned by Black people, but we'll go back.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's rude, but there's a lot of times that you'll cut or you don't want to be bothered.
Right.
Are Black.
Right. That's true.
I think it's a very loaded question, but I also think it comes down to being like professionally ran. You still gotta be if these are your hours of service, open it at the right hour. And
that's true.
And like, or when I come in, my hair salon doesn't do it, but we all been in them hair salons where you want to take a break and you want to eat. You can't eat and do my hair. You can't have
please. Oh my God.
Don't do that. And so
that's true.
Again, that's the familiar part, but it's so loaded. And again, it's like you want, like, where are we going to meet at? Are you going to come in? How you present is how I'm going to take you as, especially when I don't. Yeah.
Right. Let me see what Casey coming with the good stuff. Talking about, I had an encounter with a young lady who gave me, and I agreed on a pickup time. I was running late. I got lost. She set my stuff out. What?
Wow.
She said it outside.
Well, it said it outside. It was like
you can come get it. Wow.
Casey, was it food?
Man, I hope it wasn't food.
Casey, we gotta know. Please tell me it wasn't food. Please tell me. Casey, answer me. Was it food?
I know it wasn't food. It couldn't have been food.
It couldn't have been food.
Can I piggyback off of what Dr. Smith was saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like she was saying, we have expectations for of different places, right? So, okay, I have this thing, right? Like, if I go to like a restaurant or a fast food spot or mom and pop stores, I give a lot of leeway. I don't know if anybody else does, but I give like Jubes and different Smokeaholics, Off the Bone, or small places. I'll give them a lot of leeway because I know stuff happens, and I run a business and they're running a business, and I know things happen, right? So if I have one bad experience, it won't ruin the total experience for me, especially if I've already had a good one, right? But I guess we got to treat Black businesses like almost like we do any other major franchise, just with respect. Like if like this Whataburger that's right here in Forest Hill off of Wichita and 20, I can't stand it.
Yeah,
I can't stand it. I had one or two bad experiences there, and I'll drive if I want some chicken strips. I'll drive to any other Whataburger besides that one. But I don't stop going to Whataburger.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess we have to look at Black business the same way. If you have one person that sells cupcakes and this other person that sells cupcakes, if I have a bad experience with this person, I'm not stop, buying Black, but maybe I need to go and shop other Black businesses. You know what I mean?
It's a ton of us doing stuff now. It's a ton of us. Yeah. It really is.
Right. It's a lot now. You have so many options now. Especially that's why I know we lost a lot in 2020, and 2021 has picked right up. Right. With a lot of losses and hardships. But I think this really pushed the real entrepreneurs out in front.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to shop with you if business is good. I'm willing to spend my dollars with you. I would rather spend my money with you.
Yeah.
I would rather spend it with you because that's what every other community does.
Right. That is true. They do. They're better at supporting each other.
What's sure. Like the statistics on that? Like how long the dollar stays in the Black community?
Oh yeah, it's like
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's I think the statistics were like I believe it was a few hours, not even 24 hours.
Yeah.
The black dollar stays in the black community, and it's not. And a lot of people think that if you're buying black, if you're spending black or consuming black, that it's a racism thing or something like that. That's not the case at all.
No, that's not.
Every other community does this exact same thing, and they thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they thrive, and you still the Mexican does it, the Asian does it,
Mm-hmm.
The Arab does it. Everyone does it. They'll treat you totally different when it comes to business,
Yeah.
right? But but when it comes to their people, that's who they'll come to your neighborhood and sell because you're gonna buy. We're consumers. Black people are mostly consumers, but then when it comes to their people, it's a whole nother set of rules, and we don't have that, and that's where I'm hoping now this push now with all these black entrepreneurs coming up that we're pushing everybody in that direction of consuming right here and building wealth in our community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope
And
so.
let me see. Okay, Casey, I see it. She said it was her daughter's cupcakes for her party. I'm not gonna even tell you what I would have did.
Ew, that's not good.
I'm not gonna even say it. You're not gonna. No. No.
Because the flip side of that is she wouldn't want her daughter's cupcakes outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now if I don't advise anybody to do, but if I took a picture of my cupcakes outside and posted your business, you'd be mad.
You would be upset. You'd be upset. And yeah. And it's businesses like that black businesses like that irritate me because there's some of us that are really trying not to be put in that category, and you gonna put my cupcakes outside?
Yeah.
You know what? This is another area, and Dr. Smith, I don't know if you've thought about this, and it's when it's a review. Now we haven't had anything negative said, right? As far as our businesses, as far as you know how we can be as black people, right? If you have a bad experience with black business, the first thing you want to do is put it on blast, right? You want to go to Facebook and say, Buff Daddy Floors, they came over here, they was this time, all that, right? And then the humanity in you wants to respond.
Yeah.
It wants to respond, and I see it all the time. Well, I think a lot of black businesses make a lot of bad mistakes when they respond and go back and forth with a customer,
right?
Because you don't see McDonald's going back and forth with Brenda because Brenda fries wasn't hot.
No,
and
the ice cream machine has been down. It has
been down. You keep going
there in years. Like why is ice cream on the menu? It's never working.
Hey, I didn't even know it existed still. I thought that went out when I was in high school.
It probably did go out when you were in high school.
Yeah, it's been out. So, but you don't see Walmart, Mr. Walmart, going at it with Washika on Facebook.
Right.
But then we tend to go back and forth with our customers.
Yeah.
And it looks crazy to me.
We can't do it.
It looks crazy to me. And it's been people that we've been to their house, and I said, if this woman says anything about what I've done for her for her carpet, God help her. Yeah. And then I have to take a step back. I have to take a step back and say no. Mm-hmm. If this person trashes me totally and say, hey, I didn't get the job done, it wasn't to their satisfactory, that comes with the business. Because the next person will be afraid to even hire me because they think, hey, if I have a complaint about something, it may be a legit complaint, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe I didn't show up on time. Maybe I stayed too long. Or I don't know. It may be a legit complaint, and then they won't hire me because they think, okay, if they complain about it publicly, that here I come, Buff Daddy Floors about to go, we about to get into it on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's not a good look, and sometimes you have to take those losses. Yeah. And I don't think we understand that, in black business to where, hey, look, you don't have to keep going back and forth with this person,
with everybody.
with everybody, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Aisha said, I be trying to support Bob's, but I've come across rude, or they don't get back to you, or they're scammers, the communication is bad, or if you're trying to get specific info, it's like pulling hair to get the question answered. And I think too, that goes back to what we were saying about setting your platforms up to already answer the basic questions.
Yes.
The basic. I mean, because I keep referring to Buff Daddy Flores because it's it's more specific. So it's like you can say, hey, click residential or click commercial.
Florida. Yeah, it's more cut and dry.
It is.
It's not like Dr. Smith with counseling to where things are a little more complicated, right?
Right.
This is what I offer is a direct service. You know what I mean? Like, hey, is your carpet dirty? Okay, I'm coming to clean it. It's not, well, I feel that the carpet is not. And then my dad carpet was this way, and my dad, so I don't have to go into the deep intellectual things in this business. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's cut and dry.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, for us, it is a little bit different. Like, if your appointment at 1, come at 1. Like,
right.
Time, and then we'll talk. And then we'll flow from there. Like, what we talk about in that hour, you may be unhappy with, but if I give you that time and you got time to flow, then you got it. I have a friend that owns, that does own, I wish she was on here, a salon, and it's different for her. You know what I mean? And she's spoken to me about and sometimes it can be, oh man, I really wish she was on here, a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
To put those fires out, because think about it, like for the people who do get upset, and sometimes people just, get so upset about the smallest thing and make it really big, and now you want to post a review. That's a bad reflection. And you gotta be that you don't, because it's certainly a bad look to go back and forth with somebody. Like,
exactly.
If I got nothing to do on a Friday night, I'm gonna read all the comments, and I ain't gonna deal with this business.
Right.
Yeah.
And people, that really that does impact the business. But I've heard her conversations where, listen, I gotta try to work good customer service and put this fire out, because that wasn't the case, or this is my policy. You can't do that because here's the policy. And so it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I think also, and I want to say this too, like, this isn't, speaking of McDonald's, a couple weeks ago, I got into, I'm going to call it a discussion with the, because I pulled up to the window and I wanted something. It was late. I wanted something real quick, but it was these 3 young Black girls in there, and they were just rude, like from ordering, talking to each other. You know what I mean? I want a pie. I just pulled up for the pie. I think a coffee pie. That's all I want. Cheese, that's all I want. You got a strawberry and cheese? Yeah. Then all of a sudden, we ain't got it. Wait, how you not? Can you go see if they got it? I ain't up there. It's 2 feet. Like, you know what I mean? So when I get to the window and we had this discussion, I'll try to explain to them, like, listen, young Black ladies, is what because it was like that. It was 3 of them. And I was like, oh, y'all, like, just trying to explain, you guys got to carry yourselves different. You know what I mean? Because how you act.
Right. That's true.
You cracking up. Like, I'm trying to teach them, like, and then see, like, when I came to them calmly, they took it up here.
Yeah.
Right. That's how it happens.
Black. The manager never corrects them. Y'all gonna go into every job acting this way.
Of course. They never grow.
Yeah.
It was just like, y'all got to stop doing this, because people aren't gonna come in and give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to help you.
Right. Teach you.
Argue, like, you gotta do better than this. And tell the manager, you letting them get away with it. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times people think, well, this is who I am, or you trying to argue. Nobody's doing all that. Like, but customer service goes a long way.
Right.
Right. And I think too that goes back to how like just our culture and how people are being raised, and kids are just being thrown out there to figure it out on their own. I heard Pastor say this before, that grandmothers aren't what they used to be. There's no accountability for your actions. Like, you can't walk around. I tell my little cousin this all the time. Take that hair bonnet off your head. If we're going into the store, take that off your head, because people are looking at us and they already are putting us in a box, putting us in a category. And that's the part about I noticed about being a Black business owner. It's kind of almost not fair, because just because this person is running their business this way, and that's why I'm real particular on referrals, because your business is a reflection of our business, and vice versa. So if you refer me to someone,
Right.
I want to go in and give my best service. That's with every client, but more specifically because you referred them, and I don't want them to say, well, that floor company you referred us, I mean, they were just nasty, and then then you as the person that put out the referral has to deal with that. And so it's like, if we're going to be a community of business owners, let's be a real community. Let's do it correctly. Let's work on our customer service skills, and
I agree.
Try to grow from there. And like
I agree.
Pastor said, I shouldn't have to look for you to obtain my goods either. Then get a voicemail to pick up your goods at my uncle's house.
You can't do that. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
Either you before I embarrass myself, I'll cancel.
Yeah.
Okay. Ask Alicia. I will cancel before I can't meet the obligation. I'll just flat say, hey, something came up. Can I reschedule you at a discounted price?
Mm-hmm.
Even more discounted than what my prices already are. I'll just take the loss, and I feel like I end up faring out better that way, than any other option. Because people always want to save some money. Now, if you inconvenience them and you can't come at the time you said you could, or render services when you said you could, they'll take you to discounted price and wait 24 hours.
Yeah,
I've never seen it fail.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it fail.
That's the truth. And then you know what too, like as the and to everyone on here who aren't business owners, and pretty much like Casey, Sister Rashaw, they're real supportive on everyone's business and Pastor, because I think Pastor, she's more like the business coach, the behind the scenes business coach. So if I've heard her for years, correct me and help me on some of the things that I was doing wrong and I didn't even know, that I was doing. And I saw Quenisha say that some people you can't teach. And I think that's the problem. We have to be willing to learn and not always think everything is an attack. Like you were saying, you were trying to talk to the girls in the window. It's like, cut all this catty stuff out. You on the clock. You need to get your job done. And then you can go home and do all that extra stuff that you're doing right now.
Right.
You know what? And not to be just a stick in the mud and just like, okay, here comes some old fogies trying to tell us that we can't have fun on the job. If I pull up, I would rather. I've always been this way. I would rather see a bunch of kids having fun on the job, right? Because they're only making $7.25 an hour anyway, right? But if you can have all the fun you want to, if I get my order the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, they could be in there doing a whole rap video. I wouldn't even care if, look, man, I want my jumbo jack with cheese, extra mayo, and some bacon and cheddar potato wedges. That's all I want. And if they hot, it's fresh, and I'm coming through here and y'all having a good time, I'm like, yeah, all right. We good.
Yeah.
But don't come. Look, if I come through that drive-through and you playing, and then number one, the first thing I'm worried about is my money. And at least know this. Now I get out the car, I come around the front and go all in. You don't play with my money. Especially when I was broke. Don't play with my money.
Yeah.
Don't play with it. And we've been playing like that before. Look, y'all having a good time, but okay, get my food right and get my change right. We good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm not missing any other stories on here. Feed Casey. Oh, this one. Say, yeah, for 1 month I bought all black-owned food. It was in a dark, dark in the building. Talking short to you like they mad they mama made them come to work. Heard about the food ice cold, and they gave me what they wanted to. Not in the dark.
Man, and don't look, y'all. And we got to stop black business. We got to stop with that. If you say something on the menu and then you run out of it, please tell everybody you ran out of it.
Yeah.
Please tell everybody if you ain't got no more hot Cheeto on the corn cob. If you ain't got that no more, please say you ain't got it. Because if I came through the
yeah, no, that's a good point. Because like when we went to Jube's Smokehouse, he came from the back and he has this board and it has like all the different what he's preparing today. And he come back there and he wipes it off the board. Hey, this is all we got right here, and go on back to the back.
You can respect that.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so I won't get my hopes up for rib tips and you out because I came too late in the day.
Yeah. I think it seems to be like what it comes down to is if customer service, and if you treat me with respect and you make an effort, like that makes the difference. Like even if you got my word and if it was a level of respect,
right?
Came back that you got it wrong and you wanted to fix, it makes the difference. But
that's true.
On to it, that's when it's like this is not what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're not coming back. You know.
Yeah, no, that's true. 100% true.
Yeah.
It's like how you respond to it, like especially if I'm coming at you and I'm respectful, because a lot of when we go somewhere, you can ask Alicia. I'm never disrespectful at restaurants. Any place that's rendering me some type of a service, because number one, I don't want you dropping my food on the floor. Right. I don't want you spitting in my food. I don't want so I'm never gonna just. I've seen people. I've been in restaurants with people, right, to where I'm like, why are you treating this worker this way? They only make $5.15 an hour plus tips, but if they don't bring you back diet Coke with light ice. Ma'am, I said I want light ice. This isn't light. What is light ice?
What is light
ice? Ma'am, ma'am, can you follow? This is me. I've done this before, ma'am. Can you show me what you mean by light ice? Is it 8 ounces of ice? Is it a cup of ice? Is it 2 tablespoons of ice? What is light ice? Now you tripping on me, and we sitting in Mexican Inn. I'm not making no money, but you tripping on me about light ice and a Diet Coke, and you got 19 enchiladas. Come on, man.
19 enchiladas. Just say you don't want ice.
Just say you don't want ice. You want lukewarm soda. You want lukewarm soda and 18 enchiladas. That's all you have to say.
Mm-hmm. And then once you consume all those enchiladas and that hot soda and it messes up your stomach, don't post on Facebook saying that place is nasty. I got a stomach virus. You had hot soda and enchiladas.
Yeah. Then the next thing you know, you got body dysmorphia, and you hate the way you look at it. You hate the way you look in the mirror, and all of a sudden you got to call Dr. Latoya Smith with LCS counseling because you don't like the way you look, and that's not nobody's fault. That's not the $5.15 an hour worker plus tips. That's not their fault that you dysfunctional.
Yeah, Kudisha talking. I'm glad you said that, Joe. LOL. Keep encouraging this man. And Pastor Mama is killing it. So you can't be in the barbecue business. $20 worth of meat for the day you sold out.
That's true. That's true.
Not $20 worth of bead.
Hey,
I hope
you can
it's not
stretch that
anybody out
$20.
there doing that. That is funny. Oh my gosh. Let me go through the comments to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Y'all really giving it to us with this customer service stuff. So when you standing in line and nobody acknowledged you.
Oh God, that's that too.
Oh,
we got to do better, and I think that's indicative on just our culture, the way that we go about things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to get out of this something's always wrong with me mindset. It's like every day is a bad day. You don't have any good days. If you don't like your job, quit. Go work somewhere else. Go do something else.
And that sounds harsh, but it's very true. And, you know, I think that if we lower for right now, I still believe that we've turned the corner. As Black people, we've turned the corner. I remember when mental health, right, was a foregone conclusion. Like we didn't talk about that. Mm-hmm. If your kid had ADHD, they just needed a whooping. If you was quiet and reserved, you was solemn acting. They call it solemn. You know, Black folks like, oh, you solemn acting. You know, and you withdrawn, and something wrong with that. You know, we've came a long way. Like even in mental health, a lot of us are trying to get help and starting to recognize that this is more than just a surface level thing. Yeah. You know, and I think business, we're turning that corner too. You know, we're turning that corner too because it's all reflective of our culture. It's all reflective because you don't really get a lot of this anywhere else, right? Besides with us. And I'm not saying that no other culture offers bad service. Of course, we've got it from everybody, right? But it's prevalent in our community. Mm-hmm. It's very prevalent when you have this because I went and got a certification or because I've completed X, Y, and Z, that you're entitled to a certain level of clientele, and that's not how this works. No, we're still building. We're still in our infancy stage. Mm-hmm. I believe Black people we're still crawling. Even though as big and strong and powerful and smart as we are, we're still crawling. As a whole total community, we're still crawling, trying to figure this stuff out. And it goes even back to just the fast food worker that we, you know, even when I worked a long time ago, when I was in high school, when I worked at Jack in the Box, man, I took pride in that, to where people would I wanted people to say, yo, is Joe here? You know what I'm saying? He make good burgers. You know what I mean? I prided myself in that. And I just think a lot of people don't. And then we don't respect each other when we're on the other side of the counter.
Yeah, that's true. It works both ways. It really does.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too, just even back to just the expectations that we set. You know what I mean? Like you said, Alicia, like, listen, I came to work today and this is what you're going to get. Like, you know what I mean? I'm giving you this. I'm already going in here knowing that they're not going to do well. Mm-hmm. And that part's not fair, because the part that we didn't really expound on is the part where if I have a bad experience with a Black business, now we blasting them to everybody and we've given up. Right. And that's not fair either, because Black people can be very, very critical of other Black people. And that's not, and that part's not fair. You know what I mean? And we have to realize, like, listen, again, like we said a couple minutes ago, we give other people all these chances, but that people are out here trying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And I think, like Joe was saying, I think now, hopefully, especially in 2020, a lot of business started and people were intentional. There's a whole Facebook page about Black-owned businesses and try to go. And I'm hoping it can make that turn. But there's still a level of customers. Like we still have to approach it the right way. And another issue I've seen too, sometimes you have Black businesses that don't want help from other Black businesses. It's kind of like we out here on this island.
Yeah. And I don't get that.
That's the competition side of it.
Yeah. Like, or we're in competition. Did you say that? Like we're in competition.
competition side of it. Yeah.
That part don't make any sense. If we run different businesses, why can't we root for each other? Like, why do you want it to be out? Like, that don't make sense. But like I think Joe, you said it before. Like Family Dollar and Dollar Tree can be on the same corner, and they both boosted. They're doing well,
right?
But all of a sudden, I got a counseling business, and you got Buff Daddy Floors, but now we beefing because, like,
of course,
it don't make sense.
It don't make any sense because Walgreens. If you go to any Walgreens, I guarantee you, within walking distance, you're gonna see a CVS
across the street.
Sometimes right across the street. Family Dollar. Man, look, you can go to Family Dollar, Dollar General. Some people are gonna go to Family Dollar, and some people are gonna go to Dollar General.
Right.
And their prices are the same. They look the same. It's a preference for people. And then we just because I'm black, that's really the common denominator. Because I'm black, I am not your competition because I don't see you beefing with, like me. I do carpet, right? So I don't see you beefing with Stanley Steamer. You ain't gonna see me beefing with Dalworth Carpet Cleaning or any other carpet service. You're not gonna see me beefing with anybody. There's no room for it.
Right.
There's plenty of room. There's people that are gonna prefer you over me, even if you charge more than me, or I charge more than you, or my advertisement is better, or lack thereof. People are just gonna prefer you. There's plenty of room for everybody in this, but we think the first thing we say is, and you know what? There's other people that's on the outside looking at us the same way. Black folks are quick to call each other crabs in a barrel. Right. And other folks outside of us are quick to call us crabs in a barrel. They don't say that about their own people. They say it about us.
Hold on right quick. People are having trouble logging in. So, and I saw Sister Jacob say that she was on the wrong feed. So we're streaming live on 3 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Polished News Network, and from my personal page. So you're not on the wrong stream. It's all connected. All the comments, everything are on one stream. I can see all of them. So I just want to clear that up. And I just shared it again on my page, just in case. But yeah, you should be able to come on there. So I think, Sis Jacobs, you were on YouTube. That's fine. It's all just 3 different platforms, but it's the same feed. Okay, but yeah, go back to what you were saying about crabs in a barrel, because we got to talk about that.
Oh yeah, but just piggybacking off of what Dr. Smith said, we think that if this person's doing something, and you know what, and this is totally unfair, and I don't know if you guys have had the same problem, right? We have our own. And let me just be 100% transparent. We have our own circle of people that we promote, right? Some days, like, hey, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to deal with Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Like some days, like I take breaks. And I got this from you, Dr. Smith, because I'm like, that's a boundary that I put up. Like if I'm seeing something, if I wake up and I'm in the best of moods, right? Maybe Facebook isn't something that I want to go to because now I'm taking on everybody else's problems, and I kind of see myself as a empath where if somebody's going through something, I take on that problem. It may be real small, a person that I don't know. So sometimes I take breaks from that. But just because I don't share it at that particular time, or as often as you want, it has nothing to do with how you're feeling or your business. It's all about me. At that point, I'm just like, yo, today I'm not doing Facebook. So it works both ways.
Yeah, some days you can't. It depends on your schedule too. And I read an article that said that it said to show more compassion to your business owner friends and your entrepreneur friends, because if I'm dealing with clients all day long, phones constantly ringing, with clients, emails. Some days that it's like overwhelming, and then on other days it's kind of light. But on the overwhelming days, at the end of the day, I don't want to be on my phone. I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't even want to look at the computer. Some days I feel like just picking this computer up and kind of just tossing it out the window. That's a bad idea, but that some days I feel like that. And so that goes back to what we were saying about being the seller and the buyer. It's like, as a culture, we need to have more compassion for each other in that area, because they used to say that joke, well, you ain't hard on that man like you is on our businesses. You let him get away with everything. As soon as we mess up, it's like, whoa, my bad.
Right.
Make it seem like every other day. Right.
Let me just finish that the thought on what I was saying before anybody get kind of misconstrued. You know what I mean? Like if we have all these different businesses and different ideas and different things that's going on, right? There are other people that run the same type of businesses, and they don't go through this. They don't get the Walmart is not Walmart is not inboxing Target about, hey man, I saw today that you posted you had some shirts on sale and we had drawers on sale, but you ain't post the drawers that we had on sale. So, fam, we're working together, but this is a competitive, this is a competitive situation. So it's not that I want you to fail or you want me to fail or vice versa. We have to make sure that we're competitive, healthy. We have to make sure we're healthy with our competitiveness, and we have to push each other. But fam, it's too much room out here. It's too out here. I can't do it all. You know what I mean? I can't do it all. And if I'm not doing it, that's not me hating on you. That's not me trying to drag you down. That's not me trying to do, number one, I only have so much time to give you advice. So I'm going to give you some advice, and then I got to keep it moving because I got kids and a whole bunch of other responsibilities, man. And it's hard, especially now, to where everybody now has some type of a business.
Yes.
And sometimes I want to share this guy's business, right? That may do the same thing that my business partner does. Mm-hmm. And then I can't share it because I don't want to offend my business partner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if Alicia does cakes, so I can only share Alicia's cakes. And I can't share Susie cakes. These are the problems that we have in our community. Like, okay, hey, I'm trying to help Susie out like I'm trying to help you out.
Right.
It's weirdness, and I can't wait till we skip this stage in evolution. Just I guess we can't skip it, but
I wish we could. But that's like the story about the bread aisle in the grocery store. Ms. Latoya, you may prefer wheat bread by Mrs. Baird's. Joe, you may like Wonder Bread or whatever's the cheapest. and I may want,
Yeah, I caught that slug.
Yeah.
I caught that slug.
I may want something else. And then, it's all bread. It's all something that, that we go and that we purchase, and it's different varieties. So you don't have to just be stuck with this one particular type of bread. And something else. I do answer the phone. I saw Pastor and I saw Talisha say that I don't answer anyone's call. I do. I really do. Let me make sure.
I'm laughing at Pastor's comments on the.
Yeah. She is funny. She is funny. She said, "Joe, you're Hispanic." In case she understands that, and sometimes she feel like I'm asking too many questions. Casey, you're a sweetheart. Just stop. Just stop. Let me see. I don't care. Why? Because I want to make sure, because there was a lot of comments that rolled through here a second ago. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. This is hilarious.
Can we talk about pay?
Pay. Okay, so I did see a comment on there about that. I can't remember who said it. About it was Pastor saying black people overcharge other black people.
Yes.
So let's talk about pay. Not wanting to pay. So it's different parts. Not wanting to pay, charging too much, charging a price and you're not doing the work. What else is it?
Thinking you're not worth the money. Like
thinking you're not worth the money.
Yeah. That's right.
Undercharging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know how many people would go and pay? I'm talking about crazy amounts of money for a brand, right? That's not coming from I'm going to say a non-person of color. Like, it don't matter what it is. You can be black, Hispanic, whatever. It's people that will pay an absorbent amount of money for Louis Vuitton, right? And it's just the name. It's just the name. But if I say, hey, this is my price, and I think this is fair, I'm harassed about it. Even though it's way cheaper than what you're gonna get anywhere else, I'm harassed about it. But then you go to your counterpoint, a person. If you give a black person money, basically, they'll pay whatever to any other race of people. But then when it comes to black people, they got a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah. Like what?
They got a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Is this 3-ply toilet paper? I don't get it.
So Brenda Allen said, yes, they overcharge. However, when I had my business, black people did not want to pay, but they pay others. Now, I heard someone say this. Okay. Y'all tell me if this is correct or not. It was a black man that has a business. I'm not gonna tell you what type of business it is because you might guess who it is that said it. But he said that his best customers are white people. He said black people are the worst customers. He said the white people pay on time. They whatever his fees are, they pay. When they come in for their sessions, they're on time. They're not late.
They sure is.
They follow the rules.
She talking about me. She said it was me that said it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, but yeah, it true or false. I mean, you don't have to answer that. But yeah, ask yourself that internally. Like, I hate to say that that's true. Look, see, Megan, sure will. I didn't pay thousands. Oh, she talking about the Louis Vuittons, what you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. And we're breeze past that. Okay. Talisha said, what about them discounts everybody want because you know somebody? Yeah, that's the truth. The hookup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't tell black people where you work at. Man, I done told people. I said, oh yeah, bro, where you work at? They be like, oh yeah, man, I'm over here at a discount tire. I said, man, you shouldn't have told me that.
Right.
I'm finna come down there and try to, get your employee discount. I just flat tell them, hey, you should have never told me that. Need that discount, bro.
And I mean, I've been guilty of that too. I don't try to get a discount, but I always say I like I don't like to use my who my mama is card. But sometimes, you know, when I go into the bank and it's just like, you know, I want to jump the line, they be like, oh, it's Pastor Hicks' daughter. They're like, and they let me come to the front, you know, of the line. So I try not to
That's
be
the truth. That's the 100% truth.
and play that card, you know, because then in actuality, I don't want anybody to do that to me. Let me see. Casey said she had a question. I'm trying to find it. Okay, Megan said her best customers are Black women. Okay, that's good. You sure, Megan? Are you sure, daughter? Because I don't know if I can say that. Let me see. Let me see. Casey, I thought you had a question. That is not fair because I worked at a job and the big black boss made it. The big black boss, oh God, made a statement and said that Black people don't like to work, but the Hispanic people will work.
Your boss was right. Your boss was right.
Listen, because when I worked for somebody else, but I didn't. That goes back to I didn't want to be there. I knew that that's not the place. Mrs. Toy is cracking up, but I knew that was the place that, you know, I didn't want to be, and so yeah, you know, kind of wasn't really giving 100%. So I'd have to agree with the big black box. Let me see what Talisha said. Just because I know people have businesses doesn't mean I'm going to require a discount. Joe and Alicia are my family. I require them to charge me as a stranger. And we do.
And do.
Oh, man. Hold on, I think Dominique said something. Let me see. Eashvax plus a tip. Thank you for adding me to the Crowley Talk. That's where all my good. That's where your good white clients.
That's where your good. Say man. I'm just telling y'all. Look, we ain't got to depend on each other like we think we do.
But listen, that
branch out.
See, that was the point, though. It's like we have to stick together. We have to do better. This should not.
Yeah, we stick it together, all right. We stick it together.
We're trying. Let's all of us that are on here who owns businesses. Let's take a vow to be better consumers, better clients. Let's do that right now. Pastor talking about Casey, why he got to be big and black? That's what I said. So I'm still stuck on the big black boss.
You said the big black boss sound like a character from Django.
Yeah, that's why I was stumbling when I was reading it. I was like, the big black boss, Casey. I was like, did she mean to say that? Oh, that's funny. Y'all have any more questions on here? I knew this show was gonna last longer than an hour. I knew it. I'm gonna be thinking about that.
Sorry, you got on mute. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is she saying?
I was laughing so hard I had to put it on mute, and then I started. But I'm wondering, because this is a real deep issue when it comes to Black business, right? But
it is.
Businesses were successful. We can look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, and like these communities of Black frequenting everybody. But like, if something happens, we've seen it play out, 2020 especially in the Black community. Mm-hmm. We'll come together now, and we'll stand as a whole. Like, you know what I mean? If unfortunately another tragedy, boom.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
We'll link arms and we in there. Right. But that same passion is what will take to burn somebody, a house down
Yes,
that is true.
That is so true.
That how we move, but then we can look at other cultures like the white community. They don't stand like, it's not me. I don't know what you're talking about, right? And they don't have that connect. But I'm wondering if it runs so deep in culture, like if we, listen, we're gonna root for you here, but we'll hate you down here. Like, it's just, I guess it's kind of like, listen, you gotta take the good with the bad. I don't know if that's how it works, but I think that's part of the larger issue.
And piggybacking off that again, when people you hear that the saying all the time, right? Where people don't really hate that you're advancing or hate that you have a certain particular thing. They don't even want it, right? They're upset because they're not moving or nothing's going forward in their life, right? In the Black community, right? We're so quick to say the next person is jealous, and that's maybe not the case. It's kind of hard to explain because it's maybe this person hasn't had the awakening that you've had, or had the aha moment, the light bulb going off over the head moment, and then you see this person moving on. They're like, hey, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that, and your buddies don't support you, and it may seem like hate, but it's not really hate. They're just not where you are, and that's not.
They're not interested either.
you know what I mean? Like okay, if you decide, like, if none of us can swim on this panel, right? Then all of a sudden I decide to learn how to swim. And then you see what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you like, look at him out there in that water. He out there floating. He out there floating. He gonna drown. I know any minute now he keep getting out of that water. He gonna drown. Oh, look, his head went up under. Oh, he back up. He back. Oh, okay. All right. He butterflying. He coming back to the shore. But it's like, yo, it's not that this person is hating on you.
Right.
They just haven't gotten the water. So
is that a sermon?
No, I thought I said something prolific, and it's not at all. I couldn't think of any other analogy. So I went with water.
That was a good one. Because that's the truth, and it goes back to the crabs in a barrel thing, and are they crabs? Are they crabs? Or do they even know they're in the barrel? Do we even know we in a barrel? You know what I mean? It's like we all trying to survive, and do we even realize that it's a barrel there? I think that's what the problem is. We don't see the barrel.
I think people are preoccupied, and just like you said, they have so much, and nobody's hating. They got life is happening to everybody,
right?
Right.
And then the flip, I think there's a little bit of both. Then we have some people that don't mind you. In other words, you can do good, just don't do better than me. Like
yeah.
Like if we all bad, let's be bad together. Or where you go, come back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But then there's some people that I didn't even realize you were doing that because I'm trying to focus on living. You know,
right?
Yeah.
But why can't we? But why can't we go? Why can't we go together? Like I know sometimes that you're not going to be able to carry everything and everybody. Yeah. But if I reach my hand out, look, and this is the honest to God truth, I was supposed to start this company with some other people, and we just talked about it. That was it. But these same people that I look, you know what, and they'll never even see this interview because they don't check for nothing that I do. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
that's the crazy part. So it doesn't even matter. I can flat say their name, and they would never know because they don't check for nothing that I do. But I tried to start this company with a couple of my friends, but no, the needle never moved. I had to move it. I moved the needle, and now I'm doing it, and I don't never see them share it.
Yeah.
Never see them like the page or nothing that has anything to do with this business. But I gave you that same opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's where I agree. I agree with Dr. Latoya because I think it has to be a combination of both because and a lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves. Just say that, you know what, just be honest with yourself and say, hey, I don't like the place I'm in right now. And like, for example, remember when we had that conversation and you were trying to be super, super positive and I didn't want to hear it.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like that type of moment. Like you saying, life happens and everybody's going through their own thing. And so sometimes it may be hard for you to celebrate others in their transitions and in their growth. Or someone's advancing faster than you. That don't mean you stop working, because I don't know what it took for Dr. Latoya to start. I'm not in the counseling business, but for her to start, her business, I know what it took for mine. And, you can look at it and say, oh, well, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, but you don't know what, the nights and the work and the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that. And I think that if everyone else was focused on their own business and how to advance, because I think you learn from everything. There's things that people say all around all day long, because I surround myself with like-minded people, with other entrepreneurs and business owners. And it doesn't matter if this person has 15 people on their staff and this person has 2. I feel like I can learn from both people, because you may have caught on to something that I haven't caught on to yet. And so I think when you bust out of the barrel, like when you mentioned the barrel, I think that's when you break out of the barrel and it's like, wait a minute, there's grass over here, there's sunlight, there's trees, all I could see was the walls of the barrel, but I'm free now. So there's rules. I see other things. There's stuff over here. It's like
right. There's rules that people have made up that you don't have to play by.
Right.
We don't have to play by these rules. I'm like, who said I had to do it this way? Who said that I had to do it this way? I told a kid one time, right, when I was in nursing, right? He said, what? Oh, okay. You must have got a comment. I can't see him out. Oh, you know what? Most of them are.
I can't.
Oh God. Oh God. Lord. Oh man.
Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
I can't. Man, she threw me. I don't even know what I was about to say, because that's true.
I think I saw this circulating, right? I think, man, this is what I was saying a minute ago, what you both are saying. I've learned that everybody's not hating.
Yeah.
But,
right.
Right? I saw this post going around this week where it says an unsupportive friend is a hater. Right? So if we're looking at the umbrella of what a hater is.
Right.
It comes in various ways. Like I'll say many times, a lot of the best support I get, people don't flash that on social media. It may be by phone call, maybe by text, or be on a brainstorming session, or you telling me these tips for the business.
Right.
But on the flip side, I got people that they would say and I know it's, but don't say nothing. Like, ain't no share that, and that's a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
That's true.
It takes a lot of times, and I think there's levels to it, and sometimes depends on the person. But I'm not sure if all business, specifically Black business, that we talk about, get that level of support. We get a lot of them unsupported friends.
Yeah.
That, like, we cool, but now, again, you can do great, but when you start doing really good, that affects how I feel about me, so now I don't like it.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Right. That's
very true. And you know what? You know what, Dr. Smith, this is another thing I can add to it. Especially here in Fort Worth. What I've noticed, it don't matter what you do. As soon as something you do is popular somewhere else, everybody jumps on. Like they'll okay, like it doesn't matter what it is. You can be a guy that sells corn dogs, right? I'm selling corn dogs here. I've been on the corner of Berry and 35 for 10 years. I've been selling corn dogs. The first time that somebody from New Orleans come and buy a corn dog from me on 35, and then all of a sudden people in Louisiana are talking about my corn dogs, then all of a sudden Fort Worth jump on board. They're like, oh, okay. Oh, the corn dog man. I've been here for 10 years. And you've ignored me for 10 years. Soon as you go outside of this city, this town, we like to jump on to what's hot, what's fresh, like anybody that's anything that's trending. You know, like the turkey leg hut. The turkey leg hut, right?
What I was thinking.
You know, they can come up here. Is that the name of it? The turkey leg hut or the leg turkey hut? I don't know. Turkey hut. I don't know.
I think it's turkey leg hut.
Turkey. Okay, but it's people right here that sell turkey legs. That taste just as good. That tastes just as good. But just because they come from Houston, all of a sudden, oh, I gotta have that. And it's 3 mile long line
around the corner.
What? That is crazy. That is nuts to me. What kind of turkey are they bringing from Houston that black folk can't get right here in Fort Worth?
Right, because it's only so many ways you can prepare a turkey leg. So, I mean,
yep,
I get it, and then it's like I'm pulled both ways with that, because I'm like, it's a black owned business. I'm glad everybody's supporting it, but then it locally, it's just like y'all didn't stand in line for the turkeys, you know, turkey legs that are here. But that's even biblical. Like a man has to go. I don't know what scripture it is, but he has to go outside of his outside of his town or something like that to get notice, recognition, and no, it's sad but true. And I didn't stand in the turkey hut line. I actually told Talisha to get me one, but she didn't want to.
You know what? And believe it or not, right? Most and I'm telling you, most of the customers that we have are not in Fort Worth. Most of the customers that Buff Daddy Floors have, they do not come from Fort Worth. Right. It's all the supporting cities, all these little suburban communities. Grandview, Alvarado, Saginaw, Denton, Dallas. Man, you name it. It's some places I haven't even heard of. Yeah. They support more than the people that are sitting right here in this city, and that's how I pay bills.
Yeah,
because it ain't the people that's right here, and I don't worry about it either. I'm not mad about it. I don't say, man, y'all don't support me. Y'all don't do this, you know, because I'm fine.
Yeah, and I think as you grow too, you kind of get out of that stage, because I have two really close friends that don't support anything. So I mean, but it's at some point. At first, I can't. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it bothered me, but it's just now I can honestly say I really just don't care. I just don't. I got too much work to do.
Success kind of does that. Like, you know what I mean? In the beginning, it's a sting. And then you get, the busier you get, you know, you realize you've eaten and everybody else is it doesn't hurt that way.
Yeah.
You know, but it don't hurt that thing.
Yeah, it's not a focus.
No, you're right. Man, you wish sometimes though. You wish that people, you know, especially people that you think are right there with you, you know, that know a lot about you and saw you come up from the proverbial ashes and this rise to, you know, you want these people to be there for you and support you. And in the end, you figure out that it usually your support comes from people that you would never even realize that it would come from. People that you flat ignored, sometimes ignore, or you just kind of overlook. That, and these are the people that actually support you. Like I could name several people on Facebook that I don't talk to every day. I don't like their comments, or nothing. I'm just telling you the truth. And these people constantly support. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'm overlooking the people that actually support me.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was just saying, before I got on here, sometimes you have no idea who supports you, and then they'll let you know out of nowhere. Like, what I mean? Or people will come to me about y'all's business. Yeah, I got to reach out to Buff Daddy. I'm like, what? Like, we never had a conversation about, but they see the shares, or I got to call that car wash guy. Like, what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I get that too. Yeah.
But I think that's dope. Like, they'll never say, but people are watching. You know what I mean? So, or I'll always say that, my Instagram quote unquote friends, they be so I never met these people a day in my life, but they'll support, in a minute. So I think it's out there. I think when you first start business, I can speak to myself, you want it to come from these that like
right.
We had this personal, I wanted to be you so bad, but then when it's not, the busier you get, that sting isn't there.
Yeah, it's not there.
But I think it's anything because you feel so vulnerable when you first start. It's like, listen, and if I'm closest here, I need this, but it doesn't come that way.
Yeah, because it like all the emotions and stuff. Like when you first start and just all over. I just remember being all over the place, like mentally, and then especially too when we like Pastor. She said, tell you there ain't nobody in the house until you stop looking around. Cause you look to your right, and I was like, I was trying to look too. I was like, what is she looking at?
Y'all don't know who in there. Leave that woman alone.
Oh, that's funny. I try to drop y'all names as much as possible. Yeah, you do. I see it.
Yeah, that's the formula, though, man.
Yeah,
we have to keep putting each other out there, but we have to make sure that we on the up and up. Because if I refer you, I don't want to be embarrassed either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, if somebody refer me, I gotta have mine on the up and up. Because if Dominique say, hey man, Buff Daddy Floors can come out and wax your floors, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to make him look bad because he referred me to you.
Right.
So I gotta treat you right. You know what I mean? Right. And I think everybody got to do the same thing.
Right. We said that earlier too about about the business and the referral process. Is like all of that is a reflection on. Well, you keep laughing about it. And I don't know what you was looking at. Yeah, Casey, you're gonna have to get your floors done, ma'am. And what is the Nextdoor app? I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like how we have the Ring app, and it show you what's going on in the neighborhood. Nextdoor app will like anybody that's looking for a certain thing, like lawn care or something like that. You can refer people. It's kind of like home. It's kind of like Home Advisor,
but for the community that she
right. Right.
Okay, so she said she need a picture of everyone's business card. Okay, so we're gonna get that to you, Casey, so you can put us on the Nextdoor app. Wait, do you still live in the middle of nowhere? I forgot you live far.
Yeah. Don't put me on there. I got enough middle of nowheres, man. I be scared, man. We be driving places. We see Confederate flags and Longhorn bulls and all kind of stuff, man. I be scared out there.
Yeah. Sister Rashaw with support. I love y'all. We love you, Sister Rashaw. Sister Rashaw, I remember, I think we did half of her family's houses in 1 month.
Sure did. That was like in December.
Yeah. It was like we always ask people like, how did you find out about us? And my Aunt Ruth. And I was like, Ruth who? Ruth Bradshaw. I was like, how are you related to her? Oh, she's my mama, such and such. I'm like, man, we didn't need your whole family house. But that's good, though. We love you. We love you for that. We love you for that. For the referral. Okay, y'all
I got one more. I got one more thing too.
Okay.
I got two more things. Number one, Dr. Smith, I'm about to come see you so I can exercise some of these demons. Pretty soon. I got to exercise some of them. You know, I'm almost 40, so I got to exercise some of these 40 years worth of crimes I've committed and atrocities that have happened to me. So I got to make sure that I talk to you about that. Yeah. I forgot about the second one now that I admitted all that guilt.
Man, we just talked about that. Just because you know her, you still have to go through the proper channels to set an appointment.
Oh, I'm gonna go through the proper channels, man. Leave me alone.
Yeah, anybody else in here got any more questions? Megan said put her on, Casey. Yep, Casey, we gonna send you all of our cards to get all of us on there. Sis Jacobs, you want to go out there too? We can put you over there. I thought I saw Sister Price on her with her cakes. That's crazy.
Hey, I remember the second thing now.
Okay, what is it?
Post y'all prices, please, black people. Stop saying you selling something or you doing something, and then when somebody asks you, you say, I hit your inbox. Stop it. Because the first thing I'm thinking is that you charging somebody else a different price than what you're charging me.
Yeah.
Post your price. Just like anybody else do. Post your price. I'm not talking about, if it's complicated. I'm not talking about that. If you offer a straight up and down service, post your price. It's gonna help you.
That'll save a lot on questions too. If it's something that you could do that with. Of course, Dr. Latoya, her business is a little different unless she charged for a consultation or something like that. I don't know. Joe, I guess we're gonna find out because Joe gonna call that number.
Yeah, trust me. It's gonna be. Trust me. She might adjust that price when I come in there. She gonna like, look here. I need 6 months. I need 6 months advance payments before I take this case home.
She gonna have to have a session with somebody else after she have a session with you. She gonna need help helping you. $50 on Sunday for prayer, 25 lay hands. All right, y'all, it's getting late. We ain't ate dinner yet. So $25 to lay hands. Oh my gosh. Pastor, you giving them ideas. That's what they gonna do. But hey, y'all, this was super fun. We thank all y'all for tuning in, for sharing it on your pages. We got other topics coming up. We got other live discussions coming up, and we're gonna have different people on live discussions. I try to get Dr. Latoya as much as I can on these discussions. Get her insight as a mental health expert, because a lot of us need help with that, and so probably all of us. And so yeah, so tune in next Friday. I think I'm gonna get some footage tomorrow. Our church is going to feed the homeless, not footage of the homeless, because that's not cool, but just footage of the unity and the teamwork. Casey said pay your tithes, so everybody pay your tithes. You got all these stimulus checks and stuff coming out and everything, so into the church. Our pastor is very supportive, but this ain't a church ad. Let me stop. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna come back next week. We got some more interviews, some more live discussions. We thank everybody for tuning in and for your comments and sharing with us your stories. And as Black businesses, we're going to do a lot better. We're going to work together in unity. We're going to support one another. We are busting out of the barrel. We will no longer be crabs in the barrel. We will be the bread out in the supermarket. And and as clients, we're going to do better with that. If you eat McDonald's food, then you definitely, Jasmine. Oh my gosh, Jasmine. I'm going to have to get you back on here because Jasmine has a story that y'all need to hear. Jasmine is the owner of Jazzy Sassy Cakes. Yeah, Jazzy Sassy.
I thought it was treats.
Treats. Oh, I should know that. Jazzy
Yeah,
Sassy
you should.
Treats. As much as I want it. Yeah, but yeah, she's the owner of that. So she just thank you. So yeah, so we're gonna get her back on here so we can introduce her business to you guys. And so if you guys want to be a part of The Real, hit me up so that way we can advertise your business. So I thank all of you for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys next week. All right, I love you guys. Bye.
All right, love you guys. I'll be in line tomorrow on Lancaster for a box of that chicken. Goodbye.